Alrighty guys, it's high time we start doing some tips and tricks for Generation Zero. So it's pretty much one of the only videos we haven't actually made at this point. So here we are, 15 tips and tricks for Generation Zero, and don't worry, there'll be more than one of these videos, so keep an eye out for more in the future. Now don't forget as well to comment some of your tips and tricks down below, as well, who knows, who might find that tip, useful during their playthrough. So yeah, be nice, comment your tips and tricks. But anyways, enough waffling, let's jump into the video. Alright, so tip number one, loot everything. Now this might sound like common sense, but you'd be surprised just how many new players ask about how to get large amounts of materials and ammo in game. And yeah, it's very simple, just loot everything. Loot every dead body, enemy, house, safe house, military compound, so on and so on. It'll help you a lot, like the further you get into the game. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Tip number two, trees and rocks are the best form of cover in game. So if you're under heavy fire, be it from bullets, explosives, or even the dreaded Reaper's thermobaric explosion, nothing in this game is stronger than Mother Nature, so find yourself a good old tree, stump, or a rock and you'll live another day. Number three, you can find 4 5-crown weapons, 3 of which are very easy to find. So for the first 5-crown, we have the GRG-49. You'll have to unlock the mission The Bridge from the Skvaden bunker mission board, and then you just head to the coordinates -1364 by -4830, and you'll find it lying down next to a fallen soldier. The 5-crown MP5 can be found within Kunstgarden Homestead. This technically is a mission related spawn, however there is a very simple workaround. You grab a field radio and make sure you have the lockpicking skill selected and a lockpick in your inventory, and you come to coordinates 1866 -2437, and you'll need to go towards the right hand side of the house from the front door, and you'll find a wheelbarrow. You jump on top of the wheelbarrow and place a field radio inside the house through the little house window. From there, you just spawn in on that field radio and unlock the safe containing the weapon. Next up on the list, we have the 5-crown 44 Magnus. Now this one is super duper easy. Just come to the coordinates -2366 by -3432, and you'll be entering a security office building at the back end of the Normire artillery base, and all you have to do is walk up to the shelf inside this building, and it's, well, yeah, just sat on a shelf on the wall. Simples. And lastly, this one is a specific mission drop, so keep that in mind. Mission drop, you have to have the mission activated. You can find a 5-crown AL-76 sitting in the boat where you pick up a mission related object, and this one is the last mission for the game in Generation Zero, or at least the base game, and it's called the Enemy of My Enemy, and the coordinates for this will be -1877 by -4315, but you don't really need the coordinates as the mission will actually take you there. You'll have the default mission marker, so yeah, nice and easy. Number 4 is another fairly straightforward one. Never craft medkits. If you follow tip number 1 of this video, you should never, emphasis on never, run out of medkits. I have never crafted a medkit in-game, excluding when the weekly missions needs you to craft 5 to finish the task, and neither should you. Loot everything, do weekly missions, and you'll be set for your entire playthrough. Trust me. Number 5. Pick up trees. You'll find yourself running around a lot in this game, so make sure you pick up trees wherever you get the chance. Wood always comes in handy, especially for base building early on in the game, and isn't easily found in decent quantities, so yeah, pick up trees. Number 6, we had, if you're ever bored of doing missions or just anything in Generation Zero and you need a break, I suggest you go and find some of the dozens of hidden Easter eggs within the game. Things like the secret melee cult on Himfall, the 2 haunted barns found in Ostertorn, and even a flying DeLorean. There are countless to uncover, and if you'd like to learn more about some of these Easter eggs within Generation Zero, go watch my video on them. Number 7, did you know that most weapons can actually one-shot a runner by just shooting the fuel cell directly? That's correct. So for all you new players coming to Generation Zero, the most efficient way to take down runners in a single shot is to destroy that fuel cell. Number 8, you can actually disable tanks and harvesters' gas and concussive abilities by shooting the 2 actuators on the legs of the harvester and the main chassis of the tank. This means you can get a lot closer to the tank without actually taking heavy damage from said abilities. Number 9, blinding a tank. Now, if you guys didn't know, you can actually blind a tank by disabling its optical sensors, making it completely passive no matter how close you get to it, making it really good for a photo shoot. Next up, number 10, don't bother with the Reaper boss anymore. So the Reaper is one of 2 bosses now in Generation 0, and it used to have an exclusive experimental weapon, however that is no longer the case. Now pair this with a pain in the ass fight, a 50-50 chance for it to end its own life, leaving you no loot, makes it one of the most pointless farms in game in 2025. Number 11, the best way to deal with a hunter is actually disabling its weapons. Destroying both weapons usually results in its immediate destruction. Number 12, Seekers will automatically send a distress call when alerted, making every nearby machine come sprinting to that location, making Seekers an excellent way of farming for XP and good gear, as they're essentially an unlimited spawner. Number 13, struggling to destroy larger enemies? Using EMP cells that completely shut down machines for a limited time allows you to deal significant damage to its exposed components and even armor. Do this until you are more familiar with the larger machine's components and armor, weak spots, you name it, until you eventually don't need the help of the EMP cells anymore. Number 14, experimental weapons are now even easier to get to drop thanks to the new buff that came with the Showdown hotfix recently in the past few months. So get farming your base assaults and your rivals, as it's never been easier to get them in the history of the game. And last but certainly not least, number 15, we have Rivals Spawn is typically thought to be determined by the region's threat level or score, and whilst this is technically true, that's not actually what makes them spawn, like machines spawn as rivals. So entering combat, winning combat, escaping combat, and actually dying are what makes a normal machine actually turn into a rival. So if your region level is fairly decent, letting the same tank kill you over and over again will actually eventually lead it to becoming a rival, so keep this in mind next time you're farming for rivals. Well, there you have it everyone, 15 tips and tricks within Generation 0, and like I said at the beginning, don't stress as there will be more of these videos coming shortly, because let's be honest with ourselves, 15 tips and tricks is only a fraction of the info we have on this game, so stay tuned for more. And if you have any tips or tricks yourselves that weren't in this video, be sure to post it down below in the comments, because who knows, if it's good enough, I might just add it to the next video. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button, as it really goes a long way in helping these videos get pushed out to more awesome viewers like yourselves. And it's honestly a really great way to support the channel, and better yet, it's free. But that's enough of Kilroy for one day. Take it easy guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Happy hunting.